Hi, my name is Lindley. I'm a sound healer, intuitive, life coach, inner child specialist, and I just want to share with you a little message. Today's video is about karma. What is karma? So, karma primarily is a Hindu belief that there is not so much a God in their practice, but the cause and effect of every person's actions are what essentially is the driving force to everything that happens in someone's life. So there are 12 laws to karma. The first one is the law of cause and effect. The second law is the law of humility. This law teaches us that we must be humble enough to accept that our current reality is a reflection of previous choices and actions and intentions that we made. The next law is the law of creation, which in essence says that life doesn't just happen for us. Every intention, every step we take is a part of the life that we are creating. The law of growth teaches us that we are only in charge of our own actions. All we can choose to do is to grow internally. We cannot change others, which leads into the law of responsibility. Our actions are simply our own actions, and those are the ones we need to take responsibility for. If we are people pleasers and we do things for others, that is still not a byproduct or something to blame those others for. It was our choice to do those things and to not have a boundary. Next is the law of connection. Everything in our life is connected. Our future, our present, and past are all connected to the choices we make. Then we have the law of focus. This law teaches us that, again, where our attention goes, energy flows. If we choose to focus on higher vibrational thoughts, that is what we'll attract. It also reminds us that paying attention to too many things can be a distraction. We need to focus on what it is we want to achieve. Next is the law of giving. If we give, we receive. How we treat others is how we wish to be treated. Also, it matters exactly how we treat people. If we treat people with kindness and respect, that is what we will be returned. The next law is the law of here and now. This law reminds us to be focused on the present, in that what happened in the past and what will happen in the future is not the object of our attention, but that we need to be present in the here and now. We have the law of change, which teaches us that if we want new patterns and behaviors to begin, we need to be able to accept and realize that change is needed. If we keep feeding the same old behaviors and patterns, we're going to attract the same results. The next law is the law of patience and reward. This law teaches us to be consistent. If we want to see and achieve better results, that means every day needs to be a consistent step towards that achievement. The final law is the law of significance and inspiration. This law is very similar to the sixth human need for contribution. What we are divinely here to create and do to inspire others needs to be acted on and taken steps towards. And when we are in alignment with our true divine authenticity, this law will be naturally fulfilled. Although our karma is individual, we can't clear anyone else's karma. We are only obligated and responsible for our own. There can be individual and collective karma generated. Collective karma is when you work with a group of people to put energy towards the same mission, whether good or bad, that will generate karma for your collective body. Even if you are a bystander, you can be grouped into that same generation of karma. Even if you don't believe in karma, treating people negatively can lead to resentment or bitter feelings between each other, which in turn creates that negative or a bit of animosity between your energies. Collectively and energetically, we are being given the opportunity to clear 17 years of karma with planetary alignments and the eclipse season that we're currently in and leading up to. We've been given this absolutely gorgeous time period to sit back and reflect on maybe some of the patterns we've continuously repeated over the last 12 to 17 years. It might be useful, especially for this week, to make more time for self-nurturing, self-care, and introspection. Now, something that is not so commonly brought up, but interesting to learn about, are karmic relationships. What are karmic relationships? Well, karmic partnerships or friendships show up when someone comes into our lives to reflect past patterns and usually toxic behaviors that we inflicted on others in the past. And now these karmic partners or relationships will mirror them back to us. This is different than a soulmate or twin flame connection because situations with a karmic will never last. They are meant to show us what wounds in us are there to heal. And simply that. As a light worker, you might find yourself in situations where you shine a light onto other certain shadowy aspects of other people. Sometimes you might be met with frustration, or people tend to stay away. You know, light workers spend a lot of time in isolation, partly because of this aspect. Think of it as a gift, and just know that your commitment to raising and keeping a higher vibration will evoke this in many people, because that's what we're put here on this planet to do, to raise the collective frequency. So know that you're not alone, and you are divinely held and divinely supported during this time and always. Lots of love.